Three, two, one. Happy new episode, Eric.
Woohoo! Beep, beep, beep,
Wow,
beep, beep.
today's a big day if you like counting.
Dude, if you love counting down from 10, today is your day because you can do
Mhm.
it, you know, in several languages, people should be able to count to 10. So
Mhm.
this is your time to shine, you know? Uno, dos,
I've been
tres.
practicing all year. 6 and 7 still throw me a little bit, but I think I can do it.
hmm Do you know why 6 was afraid of 7?
No, tell me.
Because 7, 8, 9.
No way.
I
But
wasn't sure if you've heard that joke, Ty, but
the real
sounds like
question
you
though
have.
was 9 a 9-inch?
Oh, good question. I'm not sure. 6
Mhm.
was a 6-inch. How come we always count to 10 and never to 12?
Yeah, like the calendar is 12 months. The clock has 12 numbers, but we're a 10 based. What do they call that one? A 10 based system. There's a word for that.
Metric?
Yeah, something like that. All the intelligent breadheads are screaming it right now, but
Yeah,
we are just
exactly.
dumb podcasters.
Yeah. If you take this podcast seriously, then you're just as dumb as us.
hmm Thankfully, we acknowledge the golden number. They're like the golden 12. We'll call it.
The golden brown 12. It's kind of like
And
the
that's
golden
why
ratio, but tastier.
I love that. And that's why we are dedicating this entire New Year's Eve episode, Eric, to the 12 inches of 2024.
The eve of the new year, Ty. And I'm unfortunately sad to report that there's no Playboy Cardi album this year. It was all a
Yet.
lie, after all. Yet. I mean, if he pulls a buzzer beater off, I'll be really impressed. But let me just check real quick. Did he drop
Yeah,
the
you better
album?
Eric just keeps perpetually refreshing his Spotify page. I don't know,
Nothing.
man.
There's nothing on the Playboy Cardi Apple Music page.
Wow.
So 2024 music was a lie, Ty.
I know it was never going to happen, and we all knew it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't even think we should be refreshing the page at this point. Like that's like next level simping for this
Mm-hmm.
guy. Like
Yeah.
if he releases music, you'll find out about it via memes.
Yeah. I actually saw online that people are organizing a mass unfollow of Playboy Cardi on New Year's Day because he didn't
Hilarious.
drop this last year. So, I mean, we're kind of screwed, but it doesn't matter because Ty and Eric have been dropping twice a week for a whole 52 weeks. Can you believe that? It's actually kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah, dude. We were dropping January 2024, and now we're watching the meatball drop together on this
Mm-hmm.
episode. I'm assuming we're launching this episode with a work back so that the episode ends on New Year's.
Yeah, we
Is
should
that the
actually
plan
just
here?
count down.
Yeah.
We should count down at the last, like, I don't know. We'll start at the last 12 seconds of the episode, and
hmm
then we'll let you know at what point to start the episode. That way we can count down together on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, totally. We'll put it in the description. This is a good
Mm-hmm.
plan. This is a good plan.
Lovely. That kind of negates our last plan of dropping at midnight. So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Which one do we want to do, Ty?
Well, if we drop it on midnight, that means we miss our Tuesday launch deadline. And I feel like we owe it to the breadheads to be consistent with our release schedule.
That's right. Okay. We'll count it down together at the end. Just don't let me forget.
Okay, I won't either. We'll probably forget.
Cool. And this is a special day, Ty, because if you were listening to this during the countdown at Subway, there's a good chance that your bread has been toasting since last year.
Wow.
That's gonna be
I would,
burnt.
dude, you don't want to eat the year-old sandwich.
Hell no, dude. If that thing's
No.
been on the Subway line since 2024, there's a good chance that you're
hmm
gonna have food poisoning from it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yo, if you're ordering some of the more niche sandwiches, like the egg salad, that you could literally be eating a 2-year-old sandwich.
Oh fuck, yeah.
It's
Because
kind of
that thing's been
crazy.
sitting in the bucket. It's been kicking the bucket for a whole year.
Then it's like that egg is in its 20th trimester.
Damn. That egg is in kindergarten by now.
Yeah.
Um, all right, Ty, let's jump straight into our list. We want to go through each month and maybe you can start and then I'll quickly follow with my top moment of the month and
Okay.
we'll just see how many of these we can agree on. But we're starting off real strong with January. So why don't you kick us off, Ty?
January 2024. We had so much potential, Eric, and we started the year so strong with one of our best guest episodes to date. Think Fresh brought on well awarded chef Pino of Shapino's restaurant, goated Italian spot here in Vancouver. It was episode 303, solid episode. That has to be my top pick for Think Fresh moments in January. How about you?
Oh, dude, it's absolutely it's impossible to beat that one, especially now that we probably gave his last interview since he retired, which is kind of insane. Like his last interview as a professional chef, like he's now retired. So way to close it out strong.
It's a part of the Think Fresh permanent collection now.
That's right.
A timely recognition of that episode because I think Shapino's officially closed its doors this week.
Exactly. Just real quick on Pino, I actually went to famous pizza restaurant Spacca Napoli, world famous, not far from my place, and they had a pizza on there dedicated to Chef Pino. It was a truffle white sauce one, and it was called the Pino or something.
I saw that last time I was really there. Good. Did you order? You didn't order though. It looked pretty rich.
It looked very rich, and I wasn't as hungry as I wanted to be to go for a $37 pizza. So I went with my usual capricciosa, but next time, maybe if me and you go there, we can split that one.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
I wanted to reference some notable quotes from that episode for the Breadheads because what Chef Pino did for you and I, Eric, to start the year right was reset how we think about food. And I really appreciated that about him. So I'll leave you with two quotes. The first one, Chef said was, "Food is not who you are at birth, but food is who you become, traveling the world and engaging with different cultures." Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
I think he said that reminiscing on his friend, late Anthony Bourdain, friend of the pod.
Or that's right. We're 1 degree away from Anthony Bourdain here at Think Fresh. This is pretty insane.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude. My friends have better friends than you. It's kind of cool.
Damn. Yeah, it is.
But that was actually like my top moment was him reminiscing on Anthony Bourdain. Like if I wanted to get real specific, it was that segment of the episode. So yeah, really cool to talk to somebody who has had him at his house.
Yeah, no kidding. He has fed Anthony in the kitchen.
What was your second quote?
"There are no enemies in food, no competition, because food is supposed to bring people together."
Lovely. I love that, Ty. That's brilliant. That kind of reminds me of our podcast.
It does, because we come together.
We've come together, Ty, and we could not have, more different takes on food. So it is quite nice.
I also think it was an important thing to hear because we have an antagonistic relationship with our sandwich artists. And hearing that quote reminded me that we're all trying to just build the same sandwich. We're all in it together.
Yeah, dude. We're all just taking turns adding the veggies, of life.
My success is theirs and their success is mine. Love thy brother. Love thy artist.
I agree. Let's jump into February, Ty. This is my
month. One more honorable mention for January before we move forward, Eric. We crossed the 300 episode threshold on January 13th. Meet Maxine. Pretty special. Just wanted to flag that before we moved on. Historic moment for Think Fresh.
Historic moment. And we're going to be doing the same in just a couple weeks with 400, which is pretty insane.
Wow.
I love this. But it is a nice reminder to put effort into like getting guests. Like I think that's my fresh resolution of 2025 is to get more
Mm-hmm.
guests. I think we should have at least 5.
Mm-hmm. We've got to grow the family here.
I agree. Okay, February. Um, that was another guest month. And my top moment was talking about eating sandwiches on a steel beam with Zach Schiffman. The
Oh,
iconic
yes.
sandwich photo.
That
Could
was
this be
a
the
wonderful conversation.
It was. Could this be the top sandwich photo taken of all time?
Yeah, for sure. It is 100% the most replicated, the most well-known photo of someone eating a sandwich.
hmm So was that your top moment as well?
So I thought about giving it up to Zach Schiffman. I specifically enjoyed when he talked about how he just can't get into Carbone, and he was brave enough to share his story with us.
Yeah, dude. It takes a lot for a guest to open up to us and share their trauma. Um, but luckily for us, Zach was a good sport and was able to
Mhm.
talk about not being able to dive into the spicy rig.
Yeah, exactly. Zach's a writer for Grub Street. He's a comedian. He's a social mogul of New York. So go check out that episode. It's 310 Teriyaki Chicken if you're interested. Uh,
Nice.
Eric, I also just honorable mention of February. I felt like it was really defined by hip hop. Um, we had Vultures 2 drop, Drake's Meat dropped online. We saw Playboy. We saw Playboy Cardi in a thong. It was just a big month for hip hop. So no
Fuck all
real
of those.
like all honorable mentions.
Yeah, dude. All of those like were tied for second for me as well. But that is crazy, Ty. That is crazy. Big month for hip hop. Black
Big
History
month.
Month, actually.
Yeah.
Black History Month ended with Playboy Cardi in a thong. We've strayed too far from God's light.
Yeah, we're not getting new music, but we're getting something else.
Damn, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tangentially related, Ty, if we're ready to jump to March. My top
Mm-hmm.
moment of March was the homicide in a Chicago subway. There
Mm.
was a headshot to one of the breadheads, which was sad news, but I thought it was such a big story. It was probably the most like flagrant story we've told on the pod, maybe this year. So it had to
Mm-hmm.
be the top moment in March, in my opinion. Just a
Wow.
scary kind of day in the news, but worth talking about.
100%. It's the first time that I felt that the responsibility of the journalist is to bring integrity to sharing the news story. This was
hmm
our responsibility, Eric, to break this news and cover the scene and make sure we did our best to offer an honest and respectful take on what was unfolding in that subway.
I agree, Ty. Sometimes we got to put down the jokes and deliver the news, and that's what we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are a couple anchor men. But that
hmm
wasn't my top moment, Eric, of March. My top moment was when you and I went on to a podcasting meal at newly open restaurant Elio Volpe here in Vancouver. If you remember, we had a 3-hour Italian meal, multiple courses. You ate an entire branzino fish, and then we spent at least 45 minutes sitting in your car talking it through.
That was actually my honorable mention, Ty. That was such a fun moment. Um, the climax, I would say, was when about 7 or 8 plates shattered behind my chair.
Oh,
Do you remember
right.
that?
They dropped a porcelain bomb behind us.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. The Italians were feeling left out in the Hiroshima atomic bomb incident, so they felt like dropping one on me last time. It's pretty crazy.
That's crazy that you're
I
still
found
leaving.
yeah, I was picking out Branzino bones from my coat for another week after that.
He's got bones in the coat and chips of porcelain in the
hmm
pockets.
I got a bone to pick.
Nice. Ah, man. Yeah, that was wild. That was a whole wild meal. And I can't believe you're still unpacking the trauma of that.
I was in the splash
Uh,
zone, unfortunately. That's the only reason why. I was able to protect my co-host, and that gives me some solace and everything.
I appreciate you stepping in front of a bullet for me.
Oh shit.
So that was episode 319, Instant Replay, for any of the breadheads who want to revisit.
Mm-hmm. Jumping to April tie. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 was my return from Japan. That was my top moment. I was able to come back from Japan bearing gifts of stories and telling you about all the raw eggs I consumed. That was a new one for me, so I was happy to share my experience gobbling down the goop in Japan.
I did appreciate that. You gave us the greatest gift of all, which is podcasting content. So thank you
That's
for
right.
stepping outside of your comfort zone and country's borders to discover what other culinary interestingness lies in Asia. So it was very good. That led to like multiple episodes.
Totally. There was just so much to tell. But what was your top moment in April?
So I couldn't pick just one, Eric. I was tied between two. I love that for a brief instance, we pivoted this podcast to a movie review podcast just so we could spend like 2 hours talking about the 1948 neo-realist masterpiece Bicycle Thieves. That's episode 329 for anyone that wants to check it out. Between that and there was a moment when we realized that yellow mustard and Dijon mustard, your mustard preference actually determines your political affiliation. And I thought the way we unpacked that was pretty important, pretty like groundbreaking. And so that would be episode 327, bipartisan mustard.
I fully agree with you on that last one. And can you just remind me and the breadheads, if you are a Dijon guy, where do you stand on the spectrum?
Oh, Dijon's for the libcucked for sure. Because yellow mustard is the mustard of the welder and all blue collar workers.
That's right. They never have Dijon at the ball game. You know, it's always the yellow neon mustard that you can squirt from the big communal bottle.
Exactly. Like if you're supporting a high school sports team outside of a Home Depot, the hot dog that you're buying does not come with Dijon mustard. I'll tell you that.
That's right. Especially not the honey kind, the ultra pussy version.
Exactly.
Speaking of Bicycle Thieves, that was a cool episode. I think we should do more movie reviews in 2025, or just reviewing like other content. That's not ours.
I think there's a good a few like culinary and fast food documentaries that we might want to sink our teeth into.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. Do you want to tell us about May? What happened in May, Ty?
Oh, dude, May was a big month. Because May was when the Drake and Kendrick feud really heated up. So we got really into debating what was going to happen, watching it unfold. So I think my favorite moments from that was all of the clever jokes we came up with, including the episode title Certified Protein Lover.
That was a good one. That was a historic moment of 2024. I feel like that will go down in history. One of the highest profile like takedowns of anybody. You know, it's tied for first with Trump, to be honest. But my top moment, Ty, a little bit different. That was when we got our boating licenses.
Yes. I wrote that down as an honorable mention.
Nice, yeah. I personally did not get to flex my boating license. I was not pulled over on a vehicle this year, luckily. Hopefully it doesn't happen tonight when I'm drunk driving. But yeah, I didn't get to use it. And I'm not upset by that because it is what it is. The boating license lasts forever. That's the beauty of it. I get to use it next year. So I think next year we should make a year resolution to podcast on a boat.
Hmm. Dude, getting those licenses was so much fun with you, and sharing our tribulations live as we got through the quizzes and the certifications with the
Mhm.
breadheads was a memorable experience for sure. And even though I never touched water this year, this next year we definitely will. It just feels
Mhm.
good to have to be like licensed to float, in a moment's notice. I can commandeer this watercraft.
Mhm. In an emergency or otherwise.
Or other.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, June was a crazy month.
Oh
It's the
yeah,
middle of the
dude.
year, and we had maybe the most insane episode of all time, which was our Patreon exclusive Sloppy Tie.
Uh,
This one we were
and
podcasting under duress with former guest and friend of the pod, Patrick from the now defunct How Original podcast.
not all podcasts survived the year.
Yeah. Oh
We
shit.
gained Hawk Tua and lost How Original.
Oh no. Yeah, dude, it's a cutthroat industry.
Yeah,
That's why you have to be a throat goat to survive.
100%. Huck on that thing. Ah. So that was a really good moment. Honestly, not our best episode quality. I tried running it back, and I lost the plot within 10 minutes, both recording and listening. But
Hmm.
that's why it's a Patreon exclusive. Um,
Which means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. We don't have a Patreon. We only have an actually. Our OnlyFans got deactivated, but
yeah,
so we're only on every other streaming platform imaginable. What was your
yeah,
top moment though?
dude. When I think June at Think Fresh campus, I think two things: drinking buds and eating 6 inches. And that's what June was to me. Was it was the month of the 6 inch sandwich and a light beer.
Oh fuck yeah! Was this like a segment we did where we had a 6 inch?
Yes, we specifically got into it on EP 345, Summertime Sauces, but there is a common thread throughout the entire month where we are just loving a little bite.
I
A little
actually
bite and a
remember
big
this.
bud.
Oh, dude, yeah, that is awesome. Actually, a tall boy and a 6 inch is like the
Hmm.
perfect lunch.
Your both your food fluids and your solids are the same size. Like they're physically take up
Wow,
the same
yeah,
space.
yeah, dude, we had to do. That's another. I keep making more and more resolutions, and I'm scared I'm not going to stick to them all. But if I were
Hmm.
to add one more, I say we got to do some more outdoor recordings with probably a 6 inch in hand and a couple of beers. I think that would be ideal.
Dude, that would be so beautiful. So brat too.
Yeah.
Bringing back that summer.
Hmm. Brat summer never ended. Ty. Okay, we're in a perpetual brat summer now.
Yeah, as long as you're dining al fresco and you're enjoying a tall boy, you're a brat to
Hmm.
me.
Yeah. Damn. Thinking about our bratwurst winter, that was a fun one too. But I'm jumping
Hmm.
ahead. Um, July. Do you want to tell us what happened in July, Ty?
Oh yeah, dude. I don't no particular episode driving this memorable moment, but I remember July was the month that Think Fresh got really, really, really into mewing.
Ah,
We
yes. The churro mewing was quite good.
we got the mewing gum online. I was chewing daily. I was doing jaw exercises. I was mogging myself in bathroom mirrors. I
Yep.
couldn't stop. I was thinking about it every day. I took so many notes on the practice and the form.
Hmm. Hmm. I think it's paying off, Ty. I'm looking at your jawline right now at this present moment, and I can tell that it's working. So keep up the good work.
I'm glad that I've been able to beat the consuming copious amounts of brie allegations. I thought that would have rounded me out by now.
Hmm. It's a shame that soft foods are often more expensive and better. Like, name a
It's a
hard food
shame.
that's good. Or actually, not sorry, not good, but a hard food that is like a luxury item. None.
There's nothing. Yeah, you're right. Hard food is reserved for the pedestrians.
Exactly. Like foie gras, you don't even need teeth to eat that. Or
Caviar, you just
caviar.
swallow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
You just slurp it off of your hand. You don't even need fingers.
Yeah. Maybe like a Parmesan crisp, like freshly baked,
Mm,
feels like it's entering that category, but still very soft.
true, true. Speaking of soft and mushy, Ty, July for me was all about the Subway salad. That was the time where
Oh,
we dove into the bowl and tossed some salad. And I gotta say, I will never go back.
yeah, me either. It was a one and done, but we had to do it for the breadheads.
That's right. Um, I don't have any other words for that one. So let's go into
No.
August. And this one is a low moment for me. It's a highlight, but it's a low moment. I probably had the worst food poisoning of my entire existence. And
Mm.
I don't know if you remember this, Ty, but I shat water for like 7 days. And it was like, it was horrible. I lost like 10 pounds, but yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, dude, I do remember that. We called you the sauce boss for a week.
Yeah, dude. When when all the IG baddies are saying remember to drink water, I was like really happy for that because I had to remind myself.
Yeah, good call. You almost died of dehydration, but that's not what I remember about that month, Eric. What I remember about that month was you slow roasting an entire lamb.
Yeah. That was that was memorable, that's for sure. That will stick with me forever. Yeah, both of these honorable mentions happened on my trip. So
Hmm.
big month for me personally.
Yeah, you're always catching flights and feeling bad.
Yeah, it's possible that I kind of like paid for that lamb in a divine way, you know, in the
Hmm.
karma way.
Catching flights and flus. Unk got
Yeah,
shot that month, but that didn't even make my highlight. I thought the lamb based conversation was way more interesting.
me too, actually. Cool. Well,
September, Eric. We
yeah.
September was a really, really important month for Think Fresh because that was the month that we officially launched the Think Fresh merch store and a brand new thinkfreshpodcast.com to go along with it.
Oh, dude,
Historic.
our digital footlong print has um, really expanded in September, and I gotta say, I'm really happy about that. Thanks to everyone who visited the website and also made a purchase. Really appreciate it. Um, I gotta say, the merch site it's here to stay. We're gonna be adding merch. I don't know if we'll do like drops or if we'll just kind of periodically like throw some things in there, but definitely stay tuned because more will be dropping on there. And I agree, Ty. That was also my top moment of September. Just the fact
Mm-hmm.
that we legitimize the business a little bit further, you know?
Mm-hmm. Honorable mention, Diddy went to jail, but less related to our podcast. Just wanted to point it out.
Yeah, that was probably one of the top stories in the world on September,
Mm-hmm.
unless you go back to 2001. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when it comes to our podcast, dropping merch is more relevant,
Yeah,
a bigger deal.
1000%.
Hmm.
Let's talk
Um,
October, Eric. What made
let's do it.
October memorable for you?
Well, Ty, October was, I would say, pretty quiet in terms of, things going on. But I think one of the better topics that we discussed was Subway going even more global and
Mm.
touching grass in Uruguay and Mongolia. I thought that was
Mm.
like a really interesting segment where we compared the cuisines of those two places and discussed why Subway may or may not be trying to inflict damage on those people.
Dude, I'm definitely thinking about that episode where you're talking about 369 Brazilian bun lift. That also
Hmm.
resonated with Think Fresh audiences globally. I think that was one of our most popular episodes of the year.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, it was.
Mm.
when we did our Spotify Wrapped, it was mentioned as the top episode of the year, and it was pretty obvious that it was by a long shot. So yeah, thanks for everyone for listening.
And if you want to just get familiar with Think Fresh lore, maybe that's a good place to start. Eric,
Cool.
my top moment of October was actually something different. My favorite moment in that entire month was when you and I recorded an episode of Think Fresh podcast outside of a Subway. And while we were recording, people got in an actual fight right outside the Subway doors. A bunch of very sketchy looking people just started fighting each other, and we had it all captured on tape.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. Definitely got the endorphins going for the episode. Was that during this Brazilian bun lift episode?
375 Swallows Eve.
Oh, great. So that would have been right before Halloween. The spooktacular events of Subway never cease to amaze me. But yeah, okay, interesting. I was going to say maybe the tangential energy kind of flowed into the recording, and we were able to get a nice vibe going, and that's why people liked it more than other episodes.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Let's talk about November really quick. This was when you came back from Italy, and that was one of my top moments, when you sharing your stories of dining in Venice, canal side. Talked about drinking some natty wine, eating some cicchettis, and yeah, I was so happy that you enjoyed Venice, because I really like that place, and I thought you would have a great time, and you did. So yeah, that was like a highlight for me, just seeing my co-host happy.
Dude, that was an iconic moment in the year for sure. I think you and I talked about Bellinis for 2 episodes straight.
Dude, the Bellini's got to be talked about. That's just what it is.
But that wasn't even the dominant fluid narrative of the month, Eric, because for me, the top moment was our slow sinking obsession into the world of Guinness.
Oh, God. The gateway.
The gateway, yeah. Going down a dark hole.
A black hole, really.
Dude, it was a black hole that month. I think I drank more Guinness than I ever have in my life. And we could not get through an episode without referencing it.
I mean, that's the beauty of this podcast, Ty, is everybody who's listening is on the ride with us. They're listening to our personalities, ebb and flow, changing as the trends come and go. So you're learning more about us as we learn more about ourselves. And we're both now Guinness enjoyers. So
it's a journey of self-discovery for sure.
Quick jump into December, which is this month. I gotta say, it's very related to November, because my top moments were our 2 episodes in the pub, being able to order Guinness while on mic. That was like peak. Like, if we're talking about splitting the G, this is splitting the episodes with 2 Guinnesses, and I gotta love it, Ty. It's a top moment for me by far this month.
1000%, Eric. I am right there with you. My top moment as well is posting up with these microphones and you in a couple cheeky points in a proper Irish pub. 388 middle class hole for the redheads to reference if they want to check that out.
Brilliant.
But that was maybe the top moment of the year for me.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It beats talking about Bourdain for sure.
For sure. It was really cool when Trump worked at McDonald's, but when I worked in a pub with you.
Yeah, dude, we gotta break bread with some laymen sometimes, break into some Xmas parties.
Some Guinness bread, maybe. I hear you're going to be baking some Guinness bread soon. Is that true?
That's right. I did receive, fresh from Ireland, direct from the source, some Guinness bread mix. So stay tuned on how that works. I just reminded myself, I should have bought a Guinness today. I completely forgot. Dude. I'll be doing dry January, so fuck me, right?
I'm heading to the liquor store to purchase whatever Guinness they have left immediately after this episode.
Nice. Okay, well, thanks for listening, guys. It's been a hell of a year. Here's to 12 more inches next year, and
Mm-hmm.
wishing all the breadheads a prosperous, a hungry, and smelly year.
Yeah. Remember to wash your hands in 2025.
That's right.
Shall we count down the breadheads from 12?
Thanks
And
for
then
reminding me. Let's do it.
12,
11.
9. Oh,
Wait, what? Oh, dude. 11 comes after 12, not 9.
I've been practicing so much. I still screw it up.
Okay. Well, let's alternate. Okay.
Okay. 12,
11,
10,
9,
8,
7,
6 inches,
5 inches,
4 inches,
3 inches,
2 inches.
1 inch.
Uh,
Happy New Year.
Shabuya.
Oh, fuck. Well,
Wow.
we blew that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Never
breadheads,
counting again.
it's 2025. Hope you're kissing some broad right now as we are still in your ear. I know I'll be doing the same.
Yeah. We're all too busy laying down big wet ones to keep this episode going. So go enjoy your night. I hope you get a lay with it.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Cheers.